Welcome. This is Small Town Meth, Chapter 1, First Contact. My meth addiction didn't truly begin until 1999, but I want to take you back to where it really started, those first encounters that planted the seed. This story begins in the mid 1980s, not with meth use, but with a moment that changed how I saw it forever. Right after high school, I was attending vocational school. I was drinking regularly, smoking weed, and dabbling a little bit in cocaine. My high school friends and I still gathered at the local bar every weekend. We were young, reckless, and the party never seemed to end. That's where I met Pat. He had just moved down from Bemidji, Minnesota to take a diesel mechanic class at the vocational school. Pat's sister and her husband, Tim, had also moved to St. Cloud, and the three of them shared a trailer in a local trailer park. Later, Mike, another friend from high school days, moved in and rented the third room in the trailer. It became sort of a hangout for us, a place where the party kept going. Tim was a pretty interesting guy. He and I would go skiing, hang out, and hit the bars. He was part Native American, came from Bemidji, and liked to drink and party just like the rest of us. One day I went over to his trailer and Tim said, "Hey, check this out." He showed me something I'd never seen before. "It's crank," he said. I'd never even heard of crank. In the mid 80s, it was all about cocaine. Crank was new to us. We snorted some, then went out to the bars, played pool, and drank long neck Bud Lights like usual. But something was different. The crank made us drink endlessly without getting drunk. It was strange and kind of fun, but we didn't really understand what we were missing with. Over time, Tim started missing work. He looked worse and worse every time I saw him. Eventually, he lost his job. Then his wife left him. And before long, Mike, who had rented the third room, married Tim's ex-wife. That hit hard. It was a turning point. I didn't want any part of what I'd seen happen to Tim. I saw what crank could do. It scared me. I told myself I would never touch that stuff again. At the time, I was just 21. I wasn't looking for a drug to keep me up all night. I just wanted to get drunk, smoke some weed, maybe hit a little coke when I could afford it. And coke was expensive. I wasn't in construction. I was working restaurant jobs. The guys who worked the trades, plumbers, bricklayers, cement guys, they could afford cocaine. I couldn't. Later, my brother, going through a divorce, invited me to stay with him in Wisconsin. I figured I'd be there a few weeks. I stayed 3 years. But moving didn't change anything. I drank just as hard, partied just as often, and got into more fights than I can count. One night, my roommate Steve walked across the street to the grocery store and came back with news. He'd run into a guy he knew from high school. He says, "I bought some crystal meth from him," he told me. This was probably 1988. I had no clue what crystal meth was. We took a trip to Green Bay, where my roommate lived. His parents were gone for the weekend, so we had the house to ourselves. Me, Steve, and two other guys split a quarter paper of meth into four little lines and snorted it. I couldn't believe the rush. We played pool all night, drank beer, and felt great. It wasn't like the crank from Tim. It had a different buzz. Happier, more energetic, more fun, but it was still meth. And even though it felt better, I didn't have a connection in Wisconsin. Meth was rare, so I went back to my old ways, drinking. I racked up 2 DUIs while living in Wisconsin. After 3 years, I moved back home. Shortly after, I got my third DUI. 3 in less than 5 years. The state was really cracking down on them. I found myself sneaking around without a license, trying to live a normal life with that shadow hanging over me. Then I met Lisa. She had a 3-year-old daughter. We bought a house, had a child together, got married, and had a second and third child. Did things in reverse order, but we were happy. Our home was on a quiet corner lot in my old neighborhood. I had a great job at a local glass company running the fabrication shop. Lisa had a good job too. We were making good money. But still, I wanted more. I had 3 daughters, and I just wanted more for the family. I opened up a bike repair shop in our garage. And I was self-taught. I was a natural. Before long, I had a loyal customer base and real expertise. On weekends, I hosted karaoke shows. Between all of that, we were pulling in what would be around $150,000 a year in today's money. But the physical labor was wearing me down. Weed wasn't enough, Coke was still too expensive, and the hangovers were just getting worse. I couldn't even drive. Everything I was doing to escape wasn't working anymore. That's when Dana walked back into my life, and everything changed. Thank you for listening to Chapter 1. I will be giving you Chapter 2 shortly, and leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me what you think, and we'll talk to you later.